Hello everyone, it's James Buchanan, Bucky Barnes. We're gonna do some painting today. I'm starting a little early because Webb set me up before he went on a patrol. So we'll give it about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll get started. Hey Bucky, hey, how's it going? Hello. Can everyone hear me okay? The phone's a little further away. Just want to check. Like the arm. Thank you. It's new. It's from Wakanda. My good friends in Wakanda helped me out. Yes, you can hear me okay. Alright, good. I'm currently at the Avengers compound. They're really into the landscaping here. This big area is because sometimes we train in the backyard of Avengers compound, so we leave that pretty open, but we do throw a couple of plants. That's a hummingbird feeder, so sometimes I'll come sit out here and I'll watch the birds. It's really nice. Definitely recommend. Is it true that Steve is on the moon? It is absolutely 100% factual. I have visited him on the moon a handful of times. He's doing great. Thank you, Nathaniel, for sharing the love and the live. For those of you just joining, we're going to be painting today. I've got all my materials here. So we're going to start probably in about 8 minutes or so. So that gives everybody some time to get their paint brushes and their paints and all that. Then we'll jump into it. So I also recommend that you put your drinking water in a bottle because you don't want to mix it up with this. I have done that one too many times. There was a time that we were on Sam's boat. We were painting the side and I mixed my coffee cup up with the paint water. So definitely gross. I don't recommend. So maybe put it in a cup that's very obvious that it wouldn't be the drinking water, you know? Different cups. How is Clint? He's alright. I don't interact with him much. I'm more hanging out with Sam. We spend a lot of time at his house, so. Has Peter visited from college yet? Nah, he's back and forth, you know. He comes home from missions sometimes, so. Alright, I think while we wait to start, I am going to run down the list of things that you're going to need. So, like I said earlier, cup of water. Gonna put that right here. I do not have a painting palette, so a paper plate works just as well. Yeah, and it's eco-friendly because it'll break apart because it's paper. You know, it's not a plastic plate, it's a paper plate. Or so I've been told in this new day and age of painting. So, also get yourself, I got a paper towel so you can wipe your brush off, especially when you're changing colors. You don't want any like muddiness. As you can tell, I'm very experienced in art. I have this bag of paint brushes that I stole from Morgan Stark. There's a lot of them. They come in all different sizes. Like this one looks like a fan. That's fun. Then there's like this one. It's like different size brushes, you know. I personally like these little detail brushes because it's very small. You can get the details. Can you have a strand of my hair? You know, I would say yes, but Wakanda has a lot of those, and they threatened, you know, what's that, duplication technology stuff. So don't say steal, you're borrowing it. I'm borrowing Morgan's paint and paintbrushes. She just doesn't know that I'm borrowing them because she doesn't know. She's also taking a nap right now. They will be returned to her afterwards. Anyways, that's besides the point. I have my brushes. They're gonna go on this little, I have that, so it's gonna go over here. We've also got acrylic paints. I was told by Morgan that these are the best paints to to use. I don't, I'm really good at art, so obviously I already knew that. But up here at the top, it shows you all the different colors we've got. Nice color wheel. My favorite color is black, which they have, so I'm happy to see that. Brings out the eyes, Don't recommend using paint as eyeshadow though. That's a bad idea. So we're gonna pull out some of these because I have a feeling if I don't do that now, it's gonna cause mega chaos. Oh no, we're good. I figured out how to do it, so we're gonna wait. Then I also, okay, what time is it? We have about 3 minutes until we'll start. Does everyone have their painting materials ready to paint? Is my question. Have I tried paint as eyeshadow? I did once. It smeared very nicely, but then I couldn't get it off for 4 days. So unless you want a permanent paint stain on your face, I recommend not doing that. Definitely don't use Sharpie. Similar. Let me grab my paintbrush. All right, we've still got a couple more minutes. I'm cute. Thank you. I've heard that from a handful of the Avengers. Don't know if it's true or not. I'm your favorite out of the Avengers. Thank you so much, Diana. I appreciate that. Paint on Sam's face. We could do a face painting. That would be fun. This is I don't know, with all this new stuff coming out, I'm not really sure what's like toxic and non-toxic. Since Morgan uses these, I'm going to assume they're non-toxic paints. Those ones are stuck. Alright. Yeah. These look fine. Maybe they are toxic. Who knows? I don't. What's up, Bucky? We're painting. That's what's up. Yeah, also the sky. That's really cool. So, yeah. Paint Peter's face. He'll never see it coming. I have painted a picture once of Peter. I was going to gift it to him as a joke. But then he actually really liked it, so I don't paint pictures of him anymore because he'll actually enjoy it, and that ruins the point of the joke. So, alright. We're about 1 minute until we're gonna start painting, but I have a very important. Oh, that's cool. It's like Hawkeye there. All right. Too bad they don't have like a Winter Soldier one, or more like White Wolf now. All right. I have a question for you all before we start. So, I have this canvas. Oh, there's also a spider. All right. That was definitely Droney or something. I have this canvas. We can start blank slate this way and just like paint it out. It's a little mini one, Or, and here's the other option. I stole this Season's Greetings coloring book from Webbs's room. It has all the Avengers in it. There's like little games in there. There's also different pictures, like, there's T'Challa. I think that's the Hulk, yeah. My question is, should I do a picture from this book, or should I blank slate it and just start going? I think there's a way I can do a poll, so let me figure that out. Alright. The red represents the canvas, the blue is the coloring book. So vote for red if you want to do the canvas and blank slate it, and blue is the coloring book. So far, the canvas is winning by a landslide. Alright, we're going to wait till the poll's completely done, but I think we have our answer. I'm going to put my extra paper towels back on the ground in this as a little bookmark. So we'll save this coloring book. Maybe we'll do a coloring live at some point. We can get some crayons. I can also steal those from Morgan Stark. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, the canvas is winning. Alright. Hey Peyton, how's it going? Hope you're having a good Sunday. Okay. This is where it gets interesting, because you can pick any color to start with. I personally like making, oh wow, that's cool. Thank you so much. I don't own any sunglasses like that, so it was interesting to see it pop up like that. I'm curious, what should we blank slate it? You know, we're starting with this canvas. So, am I at Avengers Compound? Yes, I am. It's a very nice backyard, I would say. Oh, this spider is on the ring light. Let's get it off. It's definitely droney. I'll definitely have to check that before I bring it in. Okay, first steps first. Grab a paintbrush. I like this one personally. It's my favorite. Let's see. No, it's not. I threw it away immediately. I like going for like kind of a gradient look, and I'm feeling some blues today. So I think we're gonna start with that. Let me get the rest of these paints out of this box here. Whoever designed this box did not do a very good job, because all of the paint is falling out of the box. So, like, what is this? This is, okay. If they made this in Wakanda, this would not have been a problem. So I just want to say that outright, that Wakanda does everything better. Bucky is the new Bob Ross. Who's Bob Ross? I've never heard of this guy. Okay, my paints are out. Here we go. I like blues personally, so we're gonna start with that. I think I said that already. I've also noticed that Morgan is missing a paint, hence this empty thing, so. Okay, always start with a white base. Oh, I found it. It was on my canvas the whole time. So I usually start, put like a, let's see, I'll do white at the top. I put it right on the canvas because it's easier to do it that way when you're starting, when you're trying to do a, you know, what's it called? Gradient stuff. Oh, I should have put some paper towel under this so it doesn't break that. Okay, hang on. Technical difficulties. This is why we brought out some extra paper towels. I don't want to get it on Stark's furniture because one time I did that and I didn't hear the end of it for 4 weeks. So this way you can get messy and not have to deal with Stark complaining about you all the time. How has Webbs been? He has been great. He is at school. Sam and I visited him a few weeks ago, and he was doing great. So yeah, we had a great time. It was Parents' Weekend, and they had free ice cream. That was the main reason I went. So definitely recommend. All right, so I have this white that I put at the top, so it doesn't really look like much because it's all the same. Now I'm gonna go, we wanna go down the color wheel here. So I think I'm gonna do this blue. Is this like a, that's ultramarine. Okay. There's like all different shades of blue here. Why isn't there anything in between these two colors? This is like the, okay. Did I try to outbounce Sam in the bounce house? I didn't need to try, I did. He's not very good at the bounce house stuff. I'm really good at the bounce house stuff, so. All right, I'm putting more white on here to kind of mesh in what I want to do. All right, what's everyone else painting? I'm curious. I had a paint by number that I almost brought, but Sam convinced me that painting on a palette might be easier for the live. So that's what we're doing. But what's everyone else painting? I'm curious to know. Where is Sam? He's around. I don't know. I try to make sure I don't tell him when I'm doing these things because he usually shows up and I don't want him to. I'm painting my dog. You're painting me. Oh, that's pretty cool. Send Webbs a message after. I would love to see that. Painting Loki, painting a pumpkin. Pumpkins are cool. Captain America shield. Sam would be very excited to hear that. So would Steve. Unfortunately, Steve couldn't be here today because he's on the moon, so. You're painting me. I like this. Thank you so much for the love and support. Painting a flower, I like it. Marvel Disney Queen. Very good choice. Alright. This is where it gets fun because, as you can see, I have put paint, but it goes like light to dark. So this is where we get to blend it nice and fun here. So, what am I painting? You know, we're freehanding it right now. I've already got paint on my metal arm, so that's how you know things are going well. You just kind of free painting it out. See how like it meshes like that? It gives you like a nice kind of smooth transition in between the colors. Looks a lot like an ocean currently. I like the beach unless Webbs says that he likes the beach. Then I don't like the beach. I just wanted to point that out, say it right now, so everybody knows. So we've got a lot of blues going on here. We made kind of a gradient, which is always fun. That kind of looks purple there. I think it's just the way the paint's mixed. Make sure you're getting the edges of your canvas too. I've heard from artists before that if you don't do the edges of your canvas, they get angry. So you want to make sure you do that so that you don't have a Tony Stark problem when you try to hang it in the Avengers compound in the art gallery and he's mad at you because you didn't paint the edges of the canvas. It did happen to me based on a true story. So, just so you're all aware, make sure you're doing that. This is what we've got so far. Looks very much like an ocean. Okay, this is where you're going to want to wet your brush. Who else is at Avengers Campus today? It kind of changes every weekend. I think Webbs was here earlier because he helped me set this up. Tony gets mad at everything. That is true. Stark is pretty angry. He's an angry dude. Who else was here? Webbs was here. He helped me set the camera up. Stark's always around. I don't even think he ever leaves. He like lives here or whatever, except for when he goes to parties. So that's cool, I guess. Who else? Sam was here earlier, but I didn't tell him I'm doing this because I don't want him to show up because he bothers me. He's a troublemaker. Alright, so this is kind of looking like a beach now. I don't know where I want to go with this. Something's telling me to do some white polka dots. Like sparkles. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I like this brush is perfect. You just use the end of it, and it puts, oh, that spider's back. Get off. I swear, it's Webbs checking in on me with his little drone thing. That thing's worse than Red Wing. Don't recommend. Alright. Did Steve teach me to draw? I taught Steve to draw. Yeah, we used to take art classes together on the weekends. And then he just got exponentially better than I did. But it's okay, because I'm better at painting, so. Thought that spider was on me for half a second. This spider is totally going to be the end of me, so. Alright, we're making some sparkles now by dotting on the page. I don't know how many. I'm just going to go for it. Kind of looks like bubbles. We're doing kind of an underwater-esque, you know? Maybe I'll make like an island or something. But we'll see after these polka dots how this art is calling me. You have to let it, you paint from the soul. That's what I've heard. Draw Sam as a princess. See, I would, but I am not good at painting people. That would be fun though. Maybe next time I will paint Sam as a Disney princess. His favorite is Cinderella. He says he relates to her. My favorite is Snow White. She's just a classic, you know. Can we see Steve draw? You know, I might be able to get him on the moon at some point. Paint Steve on the moon. That's a good, you know, I think I might end up doing a galaxy kind of thing, because now I have these stars. And I can do add some yellow stars and maybe like a moon. And it will be like, I can call it Ode to Steve. What do we think? I'm really feeling this Ode to Steve painting right now. Now that I'm drawing stars, I think that's where I'm gonna go. I might need to add some darker colors to kind of mix it in. Yes? Alright, yeah, sounds awesome. Have I visited Steve on the moon? I have a few times, yeah. It's really nice up there. People still don't believe that he's up there, but he is. Thank you, Nathaniel. I like the metal arm in that photo you sent. Have Groot in the background. I can absolutely do that. See, Groot is easier to draw than Sam, because he's just, and I have a reference, that's Groot's cousin, or so I've been told. What's the worst nickname that people call me? Stark likes to do this thing where he gives everyone nicknames based on like their powers or like who they look like. He likes to call me Refrigerator because sometimes they'll stick magnets on my arm, which is not very cool, but we're gonna go for it. Alright, I think that's enough stars for now. Just rub my paintbrush off here. What's my favorite color? My favorite color is black because it blends in with your eyes really nice. You can see Morgan doing that, yeah. Yeah, sticking the magnets on. She does that a lot. I actually do like Morgan Stark. I am not a fan of Tony Stark, but yeah. Okay, we're gonna make a gray. I can see now there is no gray, so we're gonna have to mix some black with some white, which I still have some white from when I did the stars. So we're just gonna do that. Always use the end of your brush to mix, like so, because you don't want to like ruin the bristles of your brush. Oh, that even looks like a moon, just like me mixing it up. Perfect. That's what we want. Perfect shade of gray. All right. Now that that's done, can you call me Bucket? I mean, it's better than some of the nicknames the Avengers have given me, so sure. If you want to call me Bucket, I will allow it. Alright, I'm painting a moon now. This one's for you, Steve. If you're watching this from the moon, I hope you know. Thinking of you. Alright, we've got a nice circle so far. So that's always good. Maybe I'll do some other planets too. I feel like Steve really liked Venus. He never told me that. I'm just going on an assumption. Am I friends with Yelena? I am. I do hang out with her occasionally. She's pretty fun. Yeah, I met her because Natasha and I were hanging out. And she was like, hey, you should meet my sister. And I was like, you have a sister? Everyone keeps surprising me by showing me their like suddenly random siblings. The same thing happened with Sam. I didn't know Sam even had a family, so I just thought he appeared one day like an apparatus. He just kind of showed up. But we take it in stride. But Sam's sister's cool. I'm friends with her, pretty good friends with her, so you know. Just gonna keep painting this moon. You want to do different strokes because then you get different texture in there. I love you so much, Bucky. Thank you. It's too far away for me to read some of the usernames sometimes, especially the ones I'm newer to, but I love you too. Thank you so much for being here and painting with me. put spiders on Peter's bed. You know, that would be pretty mean, but he deserves it, so might be a good idea. I think this is gonna be ode to Steve, but I also might put some odes to some of my other friends on here, because I think that would be nice. Like, maybe I'll put a little spider for Webs. As much as he gets on my nerves, that kid's a troublemaker. He deserves a little, you know. I think I'm gonna make this moon like a moon that also looks like a shield, to kind of, you know, go for the ode to Steve kind of vibes. I think that would be fun. See, it's fun when you're winging it, because sometimes you just get ideas just by looking at your painting. Peppermints for Peter. Yeah, Peter really hates peppermints. He told me once it makes him really sick and he gets pretty nauseous. So we gotta be careful with the peppermint around him, which is why Christmas time is great, because there's so much peppermint. He just leaves me alone, because that's my favorite during the holidays. Am I left-handed or right-handed? I'm right-handed, so sometimes I forget to use the arm sometimes, because I'm right-handed. The brown, the gray, whatever shade that was, gray. Sometimes I black out and just forget what colors are. Who annoys me? A lot of people. Sam, for one. I'm not a fan of Sam. Webs. The only person who really doesn't annoy me is Steve, and he lives on the moon, so it's become quite the problem. Alright. I think now I'm gonna add some detail stars with some yellow. The real question is, I think I'm gonna use this light yellow here. It's called Unbleached Titanium. Have you guys seen that new, Webbs was showing me this new influencer superhero. Her name's Titania. I don't get good vibes from her. So, she's on the Avengers watch list. I don't know if you've seen her. Just if you do see her, just keep an eye on her. It's just interesting. Like, why would you not use your powers? I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna paint these stars now. It's like, you know, in that one Disney movie, like the Evening Star, that's what I'm going for. Except, like, all over the board. I've seen her, yeah. Yeah. Oh, are you Bucky Barnes? That's me. How'd you guess? Was it the features of my face or my metal arm? Usually it's the arm that gives it away. What is my favorite Disney movie? You know, personally, I am a Snow White fan. I've been catching up on some of the ones that I missed while I was being thawed and refrozen over and over again. I think I also like that Mary Poppins lady. And I recently found out that she also did a movie called The Princess Diaries, so we watched that the other night. That was pretty cool. So definitely recommend the oldies but goodies. Unfortunately, I missed a lot because, you know, Hydra was bopping me in and out of the freezer every once in a while, so they'd de-thaw me and then they'd freeze me up again, and it was the whole thing. But we're over that now, so I've had all this time to watch movies. It's been nice catching up on stuff. Steve had a list in his notebook, and then he gave me that notebook, so I've been, you know, watching them and stuff. I have to see the Cinderella movie. Yeah, I do. That's Sam's favorite, so we tend to watch that a lot. I think I'm gonna watch it again. Oh, I have blue. Look at this. All over my arm. That's when you know you're making a good painting, is when it's all messy. And yeah. Right now, for those of you who just joined, just drawing some stars, painting some stars, all the same. Except, you know, this is all craft supplies that I stole from Morgan Stark. That spider's back again, you guys. Oh, hang on. I gotta get this guy. I'm over him. Oh, he's still there. Get off my ring light. I don't know where he went. It's definitely Peter. I'm keeping an eye. I don't like this spider. Ugh. Have I been to Westview? I don't even know where that is. Is that Jersey? I hate Jersey. I have not been to Westview. I am a Brooklyn kind of guy. You know, I did hear something about one of the Avengers going to Westview. I can't remember who it was. I feel like it was that witch one. She's okay, I guess. I don't know. My thoughts on her, she needs some serious mental help, but so do I, so yeah, witch lady, if you need a good therapist, I got you. Give me a call. Thank you so much, Nathaniel, for sending a Wanda. That's her name, right? I don't know, people keep saying it in the chat. Opinions on Hawkeye. Are you talking about the old one? Or the one that's best friends with Webbs? Because personally, they're both pretty cool. They're pretty cool people, I guess. Still kind of learning the team. I mostly just hang out with Sam, so... Wanda and Bucky, the therapy twins. Yeah, we really get along well. Alright, I'm making a lot more stars here, because I think that's the vibe. I think this is going well. Maybe I can put a few in front of the moon here. Kind of make it look like it's in the distance. I like your painting. Thank you. This is so soothing. Thank you so much. I really go for the soothing vibes, especially after jumping from fight to fight. It's nice to just have some time to... I try to paint once a week. It's a good mental energy. You just paint. Let your brain do what it wants. Right now, my brain is saying stars. So that's what we're doing. Lots and lots of stars. And you know, you just gotta take time with it. If you rush it, it's not gonna be good. So you just gotta take the time to just do what you need to do, you know? You know what I mean? I'm just gonna pull this a little this way. There we go. And then you can see the painting a little better. I think that works. Does that work? It really didn't matter. I just did it because I thought it made sense. Alright. Okay, I think I need a little bit more of the star variations here because I've only done the ones that look like triangles and I want more of the ones that look like lines, if that makes any sense. Just like that. And while I'm painting this next star, let's just take a moment of silence for Steve on the moon. He's not dead or anything. I just thought it would be nice to give him a moment of silence. So, am I gonna draw Steve on there? You know, I think I could. That might be a good idea, like a little Steve on the moon, but specifically little Steve. How did I meet Steve? You know, he just kept getting beat up in all these back alleys. And one day I was like walking down the street in Brooklyn. This little kid keeps getting beat up. I actually met him before that too. I used to see him in school all the time. He was such a troublemaker. More that he was trying to stop the trouble and then just got himself in trouble that way. So, you know, bullies and stuff, I had to stop him. It all worked out in the end though, because now he lives on the moon and he's pretty happy there, so. What do I think of Star Wars? That's that one with the fire, right? That was cool. Webbs made me watch that with him. We had a movie weekend once. Webbs makes me watch a lot of pop culture with him to catch me up on stuff. There was one time that we watched Back to the Future. That was fun. Except, why was the guy's best friend an old man? But then Webbs told me that his relationship with me feels like that kid with the puffy red vest and the old man. So I guess to Webbs, it was important that he showed me that movie for purposes of education in terms of our relationship. Congrats to Webbs. Have I watched Twilight? No, what's that? Does it have to do with stars? Is that why you brought it up? I like stars. That's why I'm painting them. Have I seen Rogers the Musical? You know, I saw it with Sam, but we just made fun of it the whole time. Oh, that's a really big star. Alright, I think I need another one in this corner. There we go. Sorry for if you can hear the dog barking. I'm pretty sure that's Hawkeye's dog visiting. He comes by like once a week with the dog. Do you like watching TikToks about you? You know, I'm not really on TikTok much. I'm using Webbs' phone for this right now. Thought I heard something. But yeah, so I'm using Webbs' phone. Every once in a while he'll show me videos. I guess they're cool. They make edits and stuff. I'm a good painter. Thank you. Someone asked to see the painting so far. Absolutely, I will show you. So this is called Ode to Steve. This is the moon. I'm gonna paint Steve on the moon in about 2 seconds. I see there's a detail brush here. This will be perfect. Then I'm gonna also paint, I think, some swirls to give it some cool texture, you know? It's cool. I gotta send it to him. You know, yeah, I think the next time I go on the moon, I think I will probably send this to Steve, but I'll bring it to him personally. I think that would be great. Someone said Picasso. That is one reference that I do understand. Thank you very much. Picasso is my favorite artist. Kang is behind me. Who's Kang? That's just the Avengers compound yard. I don't really... Okay. Pete leaves his phone with you guys. No, you know... So Webbs has 2 different phones. He has one phone that he uses specifically for photography and like streaming. And then he has another phone that's like his actual phone. So I can't see anything except for all of his stupid vlogs. Not that I'm gonna look through it anyways. I don't know what I'm doing. I still use a flip phone because that's easier for me. So all this is kind of new. I just know that the comments show up and he told me to paint something. So that's what I'm doing. And he showed me how to turn it off because he said it looks like a power button. Yeah. We should make a coffee shop called Bucky. Like Starbucks. I haven't heard that one before. Sam actually did make a joke about that a few weeks back. It's weird seeing that it's still day for you. I'm going to sleep soon. Power time zones, man. Yeah, that used to be pretty weird for me too when I found out about that. Okay, it's dry enough that I think I can put my arm on it. I think is the key word. We're gonna draw little Steve with a detail brush. I have to make him tall so that you can see him, but please know that in real life he's not this tall. He's actually much smaller. The objects, what's that they say on the cars now? Objects and mirrors are closer than they appear. That's this with Steve. Alright, this is the hard part. There he is, up on the moon. How's dating going? You know, I find that in order to date someone else, you have to date yourself first. So I've been doing a lot of internal reflection. Painting is one of those things. It's been nice. Okay, I'm going to draw a face on this little guy. Looks like Steve to me. Alright. I think I'm also going to make his hair. Let's see. He has kind of like a blondish... What I use for the stars might actually be good. Let's give him that little... There you go, Steve. Looking good. Alright, there's my Steve. He's up there on the moon. He's got some cool hair. What else should we give Steve on the moon? I feel like he needs stuff to do. Or like even just in this in general. Good ideas, anyone? That's cute. Well, Steve is a pretty cute guy, so you gotta make him pretty cute, you know? Someone said a pink house. Okay, yeah, I can get behind. What if we did like a deep magenta? I feel like it would go with the space theme a little bit. I like this idea. We're gonna make Steve his own little home on the moon. Alright, let's see, what brush do I want to use for this? This one looks good. How's everyone else's paintings going? Good? Going well? I'm gonna paint my house for Steve now. He really liked the idea of the American dream with, you know, white picket fence and stuff, but I like this idea of a pink house because I think it spices up Steve's life a little bit. He's not so boring if he has a pink house, you know? I'm writing my thesis, Bucky. I wish I were painting right now. Good luck on your thesis. That sounds very intense. Maybe next time we're painting, you'll be able to paint with us. I'm sure we'll do this again if Webbs asks me back ever. I don't know. Alright, I'm just painting this house here. Gotta add a roof. Give it some depth. Oh man. If only my painting would come true for Steve and he actually did have a pink house. I don't think he does though. Unless he's repainting it. I'll have to ask him next time I go. Maybe he can paint a pink house. I painted you. Oh, that's really cool. Thank you. That's fun. Alright, I gotta add details, so I'm going back with this detail brush. I'm worried I'm getting paint on my face. You know what? That's okay. I don't even care anymore. Alright. This is where you outline the house so that it looks like a house. You know, the thing I love about this house is that it looks like a house. So, yeah. That's my favorite thing. What is my favorite song? You know, I think my favorite song is Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra because it reminds me of Steve. And it was my favorite song before, but now I really do want to fly to the moon because I miss Steve a lot. But instead I'm stuck here with Sam. He's inside, he's not here right now, but... Alright, I'm painting a door on Steve's house so he can actually get in there. I think that's important, you know? Can I be your therapist? Because this is therapeutic. Well, you know, I would just recommend maybe going to your own therapist, because that's what I did. Worked out pretty great. She was a cool doc. Yeah. Every therapist has a therapist. That is very true. Give Steve loads of books to read. You know, I hope he has a lot of books in this little house. He deserves it. I think I'm gonna make some craters on this moon. Actually, I'm worried it might ruin it. I feel like that's a bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't. I am gonna throw some purple purple swirls into this painting though, because I'm feeling it. It's calling to me. Here's some violet. Gonna throw some violet. Can we see it? Yes, this is Steve's little house up here. His magenta house. So there he is. The house matches my shirt. You know, I think that maybe that's why I was drawn to that color, because it will have Steve remember me. Alright, we've got some purple. I'm going to throw some purple swirls in here. Really spice up that galaxy feel, you know? It'll be nice. I think I'm going to do this one. Add a star on the moon like his shield. You know, that might be a good idea. I might do that. I'm going to get some white in a second. I think right now I'm going to do these purple swirls I was talking about. That's a good idea, though. I like the idea that the shield these swirls were really calling to me, so that's what I did. We're doing some swirls. I didn't put enough purple, so we're having an issue. I'm gonna have to put more. Add a shooting star. You know, that's a good idea too. I think that's a good idea. So, a shooting star and a star on the moon for Steve after I add some more swirls. Please add Thanos. You know, I would. However, I think Steve does deserve to have some rest. If Steve sees a shooting star, he will wish to see you. That's so true. You are not wrong. Not wrong there. Why would he wish to see anyone else except me? I'm the one he likes to see and hang out with, you know? I'm his best friend. Spent all this time together. Alright. I think I need another swirl here. I'll do like a little mini one. Maybe another swirl up here. I don't really like the way that swirl came out, but sometimes you just have to go with the mistakes. So that's what we're gonna do today. Alright. Oh no, I need another one. Down here. Fill the gaps. Fill those gaps, everybody. What was my favorite activity back in Wakanda? You know, I spent a lot of time in Wakanda, kind of frozen too, unless we were working on my brain stuff. So I think my favorite thing when they let me was tending to my goats. I really do miss those little punks. I named one of them Sam, and I named another one Steve. And another one of them was Howard. So, you know, hitting all the faves. Alright. Also, just a time check here. Do I enjoy hanging out with Sam? I think that said. I guess so. He's fine. Just time checking here for everybody. We're gonna go till 2:30 my time because we're on the East Coast. We're in upstate New York. So we have about a little less than 15 minutes. I'm wrapping up my painting. But just for those of you who wanted the time check, I'm just giving it to you. Let me throw some white on this canvas for the star in the center. Maybe I can make it look like a shield, you know? I think that's a good idea. So paint the star. I really already don't like this brush, so we're gonna switch it out. Let's get a smaller one so we can do better details, you know? "1:12 p.m. here." Yes. It's about 2:15 where I am, a little before that. Do I know Alpine? Yeah, she's my cat. I love Alpine. Alright, let's paint this star. This one's for you, Steve. And there's Clint's dog barking again. Alright, there's the star. Now we gotta fill it out. And I have to do a shooting star as well, so that Steve wishes to see me more. Okay, there's that. And then I think I'm gonna do a little circle around the moon here. I was gonna add some red and blue in there to make it more accurate to his shield, but I kind of just like the white and the gray, so I think I might just keep it that way. With just the white and the gray. We'll see though. Maybe I can make the shooting star a red, white, and blue for Steve. You're also in upstate New York. You're in Rochester. That's pretty close. Pretty close to the Avengers compound. Yeah. Flexing it out. Love to see it. Alright. I'm doing another circle just around the star here. Getting some paint. Do magnets stick on my arm? They do. It used to be more often with the other arm. They do still stick on the vibranium, just not as well. They have to be specifically vibranium magnets. So that's been kind of nice because Webbs used to stick magnets on my arm all the time when I was sleeping. But now it's a little harder for him to do that. Alright, we're gonna do a shooting star. Oh, I dropped a brush. Ugh. We got it. Is that Groot in the back? That's actually Groot's cousin. Surprisingly, they're both named Groot. Still kind of confused on that, but you know the Winter Soldier activation words. Listen, don't use those here. Alright, man? Make sure I sign it. Listen, Sam will be very upset if I don't sign this painting before I send it to Steve, so I absolutely will. Here's what the moon looks like now as a shield. This is the Ode to Steve painting. You love my painting. Thank you so much. I also love my painting. Alright, let's see. Maybe I can do like a red star with blue and white off the tail of the shooting star, you know? What do we think? I think that's a good idea. Hi, hey, what's going on? I should get a cat. I have a cat. Her name's Alpine. She's very sweet. I thought Shuri undid that. She did, so we're good. I just don't like hearing them. It's bring back some bad memories. Alright, everyone's saying they like the red star with the blue and the white. Okay, let's see. Where should I put the shooting star? Should I put it on this side or over here where there's a little more space? I'm thinking maybe over here. This side, we'll call this near the shield side or in the space, more space. Yeah, okay. That's what people are saying. Alright, we'll do it over here. Paint this star. Oh yeah, that's a star. I should add Thanos. You know, I think Steve does deserve a little bit of a vacation time. So we'll save Thanos for a different painting. Because Steve deserves a little bit of a rest in here. My cat is also called Alpine. Good taste in cat names. Alright, we need some blue and some white, which I've got some white over here. Yeah. There's the blue. You inspired me to paint. Thanks, Bucky. Thank you. You all inspired me to paint. I didn't really know what to expect coming in here today. And we made this beautiful Ode to Steve painting. And I think he's really gonna like it when I give it to him on the moon next week when I go to visit. Who taught you how to paint? I used to do it a lot back in the 40s. Steve and I took a class together, and it was an art class, and I was better at painting, he was better at drawing. So maybe give a painting to Rocket so he doesn't steal your arm. You know, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah. I probably should at some point. He has tried to steal it a few too many times for my liking. Okay, there's the American flag looking star. Gonna add some polka dots into the red here. It kind of looks like the American flag, just a different version of it, but that's the shooting star for Steve. You have paint on the side of your arm. Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know that the painting is coming out good. If you get pretty messy, that's a good sign. So, have I ever thought of selling my arm on eBay? You know, that would be kind of dangerous. There's a lot of people who are looking for the vibranium. That spider's still over there. He's hanging on the wall. You got a point there. That's how you know. Alright, I think I'm going to sign this. Yeah, let's do it. I've got my detail brush. Don't forget, all of you, when you're finished, to sign your painting. That's the most important part. Signature required. All right, there's my signature on it. I do think I want to write Ode to Steve somewhere on here. I'm just not quite sure where I want to write Ode to Steve. Thoughts on She-Hulk? You know, if I ever need a lawyer, she sounds like she might be pretty good at what she does. I know she's cousins with Steve's friend there, the Hulk. On the back, I could write it on the back. I might even write it in this corner. Next to Steve, put it next to Steve, everyone's saying put it next to Steve. Oh, on one of the swirls, I like that. Yeah, let's do it on a swirl. I like that idea. Alright. And then I think my painting will be complete after that. I'm gonna use some of the same paint that I used for the stars to kind of fill out the space here. This is where you gotta concentrate because you're doing detail work. Alright, so far we got Ode written in there. Now we just have to write to Steve. Does Sam like my paintings? You know, I drew a painting once of, we were in that burning place in the Star Wars movie. And he hung it in his kitchen for 3 years. Then he lost it one day. I told him I'd make him another one, but I think that I'm not going to, because if he lost it, that's his fault. We're with you till the end of the line, Buck. Thank you. Unfortunately, Steve wasn't. But, I still visit him on the moon, so I guess it's fine. Alright, now we have to write Steve. It's kind of like, I feel like if there was a song that went with this, Ode to Joy would kind of match it, because it's kind of like Ode to Steve. Isn't my arm on the left? It is on my left. The camera on this app flips things the other way, so it always looks like it's the opposite, but it is on my left. Do I babysit Morgan? No, I just steal her paints. It's more fun to do that. Sometimes the kid, you know, Webbs, he'll babysit her, then he makes me hang out with them, and we'll have a tea party. So that's pretty fun. Alright, we're almost done writing Steve's name. That's a lot of paint on my little brush. Okay. There's Ode to Steve written on a swirl. I say we did pretty good today. This is a nice it's a nice painting. I'm very excited to give this to Steve. I think he's really gonna like. I think personally his favorite part is gonna be the magenta house. Is Morgan spoiled by Tony? Absolutely. I have never seen a more spoiled child. They buy her a toy every time they go out of the house. You love it. Thank you. Show it to Scott. Lang? I should. You know, Scott does paint sometimes too. That's pretty cool. He's more into the magic side of things though. I'm gonna prop this up somewhere. As we talk, we have about 5 minutes left, so we can hang out and talk. And I'll keep my painting here, so we can all see it. Thought the water was gonna spill. No, I think we're good. I just don't want it on me. I'll hold the water so it doesn't move. What did I use to paint? I have all these brushes here, and we've got all these acrylic paints that I stole from Morgan Stark. Definitely recommend. Are you coming to Comic-Con in New York? Yes, I am. October 6th, I think that's the Friday, if I remember correctly. Yeah. What's my contact name in my phone for Nick Fury? Eye Patch Man. Angry Eye Patch Man, to be more specific. Can I join the Avengers? You know, they don't really trust me with a part of the recruitment process there. But I bet if you apply to the Stark Industries thing that Webbs is a part of, you have a pretty good chance of getting into, you know, the Avengers. Thank you so much, Nathaniel. Yes, that's a good picture of Stark that you've got. Yeah. Yeah. How is Sam doing? He's great. He's not bothering me, so I'm sure he's doing even better. But usually if he's not bothering me, that also means he's busy. But I saw him earlier. He's inside somewhere doing stuff. So he'll probably ask about my painting. I'm just going to make sure I cover it with one of these paper towels so that way he does not look at my painting. Pose for a screenshot. I hope that would do. Do they do postcards on the moon? You know, I think Steve was trying to get one of those, you know, the post office inputted in there. It's hard because the moon is its own country and its own planet, so they're working on it. But I guess we'll find out. I usually just fly in and say hey for a couple hours. It's not too far. Agatha Harkness, who's that? Do I still like Steve after the super serum? Yeah, I mean, you know, it was a little disorienting when it first happened because I was not fully awake. He kind of picked me up at a weird time. And he just looked, I thought I was hallucinating him. He was just very tall and strong all of a sudden. But then it happened to me too, with a different soldier serum, so it was all evened out in the end. Can you tell Steve I like him? I will. He needs to get into a relationship. Yeah, he's pretty lonely up there on the moon. Do I ever pretend I'm controlled to get away with stuff? You know, usually only on missions if we really need to. There's this one time that I was with Sam and Zemo and we were in this bar. I had to then. But it made more sense because Zemo was there with us, so it looked like he was a part of the, he broke out of prison kind of thing. It all worked out in the end though. Alright. I'm gonna put this down here. Thank you all for coming to my Ode to Steve painting party. I do need to get going because I think the Avengers said something about going to lunch, and I gotta make sure I'm on time this time because last time I was late by 2 minutes and they left without me. So I'm gonna go. But thank you all so much for coming to my painting party. This was very fun. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Alright, now I gotta, Webbs isn't back yet, so I have to figure out how to turn this off. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. How do I get... Is that it? Oh. Wait. It kind of looks like the stars from Steve. How do I get this off? Hang on. It can't be that hard. Webbs told me how to do this earlier. No, that's not it. I think I just... How do... I don't know how Webbs did this earlier.